ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोर्श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोर्न वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सागररघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। जयतां सुरतो पंगो मौ मंदमतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्य पदाम्भोजौ राधा मदर मोहनौ दिव्य वृंदारण्यकल्पद्रुमादः श्रीमद्रत्नागार सिंहासनस्थो श्रीमद् राधा श्रील गोविंद देवो प्रेष्ठालेभि सेव्यमानो स्मरामि। श्रीमान् रासरसारम्भे वंशी वटतटस्थितः कर्षन् वेणु स्वनैर्गोपी गोपीनाथ श्रियस्तु नः। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Earlier stories. Now coming to the final story of today. This is the story of the effect of Vaishnava Aparadh. Vaishnava Aparadh. And also this is also a very big story of a great family, that is family of Mandhata. The story of Mandhata we are going to now hear. Of course this is also again connected to Manu only. As I mentioned, there are unlimited glories of Manu Vamsha. So we are going to hear a great story of Mandhata. And in this story we'll come to know how much careful we should be about Vaishnava Aparadh. So let us hear one by one. So we have just heard about the great Ambarish Maharaj. So this Ambarish Maharaj had three sons. One is Virupa, Ketumana and Shambhu. So the Virupa son is Prishadashva, and Prishadashva is having Ratitara, and Ratitara did not have children. And at the time Angila Rishi, because of Angila Rishi, Ratirata's wife given the children, they are called Ratitara Gotri. And Angirasa Gotri, they are also known as Angirasa Gotri. And in this way things happened. Next is Manu's another son is Ikshwaku. So Ikshwaku, which we talked about, now we are going to discuss little more. Interesting. More about Ikshwaku. This Ikshwaku was born in a special manner to Manu. So when he was doing tapasya, of course we also understood that he did for 100 years tapasya. So when one day he got a big sneeze. When he sneezed, this Ikshwaku came out from his nose. So that is the special one. So he was born from his. So Ikshwaku got 100 sons. And in that Vikukshi, Nimi, Dandaka are the very, very famous. And like that there are many more. And at one time, Ikshvaku is having one of the sons is, as I mentioned, is Vikukshi. Vikukshi, Nimi and Dandaka. These are the three sons which are very famous. So Ikshvaku Maharaj has sent this Vikukshi to go to the forest and bring some meat which is required for doing yajna, special yajna. So this Vikukshi went to forest and killed some animals which are required for conducting sacrifice, and one of the required is hare also. So, but he became hungry, so he ate some portion of that hare, and he brought it back along with that and given to Vasishtha. Vasishtha came to know that whatever he has brought for yajna, already some portion is eaten by him. Then he become unhappy, and he has ensured that Vikukshi is driven out from the kingdom. And after that, because he ate the hare, his name also came Shashada, because he ate the flesh of it. And Shashada's son name is Puranjaya, and he is this Puranjaya is also very famous, very powerful, to the extent that he was ready to give help to even demigods. So he was so powerful that Indra invited him to fight against, there are some demons were there, and Puranjaya mentioned that, okay, I am ready to fight in favor of the demigods, but Indra should become my carrier. So Indra said, okay, no problem, because now I have to get some victory. So he has become Vrishabha, he has become bull. Indra has become bull, and this Puranjaya sat on the bull and fought against the demons, and that's why his another name is Indravaka. So this, of course, there is a story goes continuously. So this Puranjaya son name is Anena. Puranjaya son Anena. Anena's son is Pruthu, and his son name is Vishwagandhi, and his name is Chandra. Chandra's son is Yuvanashva. Yuvanashva's son is Shravasta, and that person only has created a kingdom called Shravastipura. Shravasti's son is Bruhadashva. His son name is Kuvalayashva. In this way, their lineage increased, and Utanka Muni, this Kuvalayashva had 21,000 sons. Kuvalayashva has got 21,000 sons. So one Muni came for some request. Utanka Muni came and requested, there is a demon always attacking our hermitage, can you please do something? Dandhumara. Dundhu, there is a demon called Dundhu, and the Utanka Muni requested, can you please help? So this Kuvalayashva went along with our 21,000 sons and attacked the Dundhu, but Dundhu is very powerful, except 3 sons, remaining all got burnt. So the 3 sons left over are Dhrudashva, Kapilashva, Bhadrashva. Only 3 sons are left over. So this Dhrudashva's son is Haryashva, and his son is Nikumbha. Nikumbha's son is Bahulashva, his son is Krushashva, and his son is Senajit, and his son is Yuvanashva. Yuvanashva Yuvanashva, there's a special story is there. So this Yuvanashva did not have the children. Yuvanashva did not have children. Then he has 100 wives also. He has 100 wives but no children. Then he said there is no children, why to stay in the kingdom? So better he went to Vanaprastha. He went to Vana along with all 100 wives. By seeing his good nature, all the Rishi Munish felt that, oh, we should do something to this king because he is coming from great Manu Vamshas. So then they did give a son to this Yuvanashva. So they did a yajna for Indra, and one night this yajna is happening, and next day it is going to be completed, and they were supposed to give some sanctified water to the wife, so that wife will have child. So they kept the sanctified water in Kalasha, and this Yuvanashva, in the midnight, he got thirsty. So he went into that Yajnashala and found that water pot, and he drank, which was meant for whom? For his wife to get child. So he drank. Then morning, when they saw, all the Brahmana Rishis, they saw that the water is empty, and they came to know that the king drank that. They said that really the providence is strongest of strong. Nobody can really change the providence like that. Actually, this is a nice story also in this. This particular instance I heard when I met at age of 4 years. I still remember this. That a king going in the night time, he was thirsty, drank some water which is meant for his wife. My grandmother, she's very great, pious lady, my maternal grandmother. So she performed Bhagavad Saptah twice. At our native place. And when the first Saptah was conducted, I am 4 years old. Of course, when I was 4 years old, I don't remember that I'm 4 years old. But now I know that I was 4 years old at that time. How come? My father used to maintain one diary. That is a lecturer, so he's a very principled person, and he used to write. Okay, he's right. My mother conducted first Saptaha on so and so date. Right, very nice. Like that, all the, for example, my birth when it happened, like that, all the details about the children, family, relatives, friends, marriages, all he used to maintain. So recently, means 10 years, 15 years before, I got the diary. I got there and saw, oh, it's happened. But I used to remember, now still that memory is there. That was a big hall is there, big hall corner, the Pandita was sitting, and I was just next to him. It was like a corner, it's like a corner like this, exactly corner. So he was sitting here and I was sitting here. So just side to side, I was sitting. So from the dates I kept, I was 4 years old at that time. I remember this story, that the king is going and drinking the water. So that is interesting. And I am sure that because of her mercy that she has conducted Bhagavad Saptah, I heard it. Remaining part I don't remember. And I remember only this part. Because of that only, her blessings. Now today I am speaking Bhagavatam. We are attached. That land which is purchased by her and through Bhagavad Saptah, that building is no more. That big flats came into picture. But the flats which were constructed, we have given the name Hari Kirtan Apartments. I have given that name to that. So, because that is a place where the Bhagavad Katha took place twice. So suddenly I remembered I wanted to tell this. So because the sanctified water drunk by Yuvanashva, the child born into her womb, and he cut the womb of the father and came out. And Yuvanashva is dead. Yuvanashva is dead and the boy came out. And the boy started crying. Because anybody's child, when he is born, he would cry, he need food. Then everybody said, oh, who is going to? If mother is there, mother automatically by nature, mother will get milk. But here the mother is by providence, is a male person. So it just came out and the boy started crying. At that time, Indra came. Indra came into picture because actually originally the yajna is conducted for the pleasure of Indra. So Indra came and put his pointing finger into his mouth. Please drink me, please drink me. Mam dhata, mam means please drink me. So mam means me, dhata drink. So that's why the boy's name has become Man Dhata. Very, very powerful personality. The whole, from him a great lineage came, Mam Dhata. And at that time, all Rishi Munis also, by their power, brought back the Yuvanashva to life. So in the also became, and his son also has come into that. And this Mandhata has become so much fearful even to the great demons. That's why he's called Trasadashya. Even he has become fearful for Ravana, the Asura also. He become very. And he became very, very powerful personality. And actually this Trasadashya name to Mandhata was given by Indra himself. And by the mercy of Supreme Lord, this Mandhata started ruling the entire universe. And he considered the Yajna Dravya, Veda Mantra, Vidhi, Yajna Karta, Ritvik. Everybody is connected to Supreme Lord, and he started worshipping the Antaryami everywhere. That's why Mandhata has become very, very powerful by saying the Supreme Lord Krishna everywhere. And his wife's name is Bindumati, and she has given birth to 3 powerful sons. One is Purukutsa, Ambarisha, and Mahayogi Muchukunda. Muchukunda story will come in the 10th canto. We'll hear that. But actually, all the three are born. All the three are born to Mandhata. Along with that, Mandhata got 50 daughters, beautiful daughters. So all the 50 daughters married to a Muni called Saubhari Muni. Saubhari Muni was a big tapo sampanna. He was doing, staying within the water because he was more fearful that if he is there outside, he may get attracted to so many things and his tapasya will get disturbed or his mind get disturbed. So he was doing with Jalastambhana Vidya, he was sitting within the waters of Yamuna and doing tapasya. But if the uncontrolled mind, whether he is in tapasya, within water or within fire or within a big fort, your mind gets disturbed anyway. So suddenly he saw one day a Mithuna Janta, a couple of two fish. They were loving each other. So he got it. Suddenly he felt that, oh, it appears that the family life would be more good. It felt like that. And then he could not control. He came out and straight away went to Mandhata. My dear king, you are very great person. I am interested now getting married. So you have so many wives, daughters. Can you please do Kanyadan? Mandhata felt, how come this very old person and his white hair is not able to even walk and his body is shaking. How can I give? So he put a trick. He said that I have arranged a Swayamvar. If my daughters, they select, no problem. So this Saubari Muni felt that, oh, this man is making trick. Which girl is going to get attracted, select me? So he made a trick. He felt that. And he said, now let me convert myself into so much attractive. What about these girls? Even the Devaloka Kanya also, they will be attracted. He felt and put all his tapasya to get converted into a beautiful young man. So when he entered into the Sabha Mandap, all the 50 daughters of Mandhata were waiting. Then immediately when they saw a very beautiful person, oh, they said, oh, he is my wife, he is my husband, I want to marry, I want to marry, I want to. There was a big fight. All the 50 girls started fighting, no, I want to marry, I want to marry. So finally, Mandhata has no option to give all the 50 to Saubari. The Saubari Muni has become now husband of 50 Mandhata. Then in that way he enjoyed for several years. Then suddenly at one point of time he realized back, oh my God, what a great mistake he did. And by then actually these 50 daughters of Mandhata each gave birth to 100 sons. So finally it converted into almost more than 5,000. Then he felt very bad. He felt very bad, and he stopped everything, all enjoyment, and he went back to the forest, and he did tapasya, and afterwards, and he stood in the fire and in the Yogagni and left his spiritual life. And these 50 daughters, they are still connected to enjoyment only, but they are very fortunate to go along with Saubari Muni, their husband. And when they saw that husband just left, and they also got some change in the heart, and they also entered into spiritual life. So from the story of Mandha's daughters, though they are not really interested in spiritual life, because they served the Saubari Muni, they also got the benefit of transferring them to spiritual life. So this clearly shows that how if a wife is connected to a great devotee, and these people are still not so much connected, but if they sincerely serve the husband, how they can get full benefit is clear. And actually Saubari Muni, though is a great tapasya person, why he got into married life, and of course they got reversed back, it's because he made an offense. A great devotee, Garuda wanted, he is interested in eating fish. So when he came to take fish from the Yamuna river, the one fish took shelter of the Saubari Muni who was doing tapasya. Then in support a normal fish, in support of normal fish, Saubari Muni cursed a great Vaishnava, because in front of him the Garud came and snatched that fish, went away, and because of that fish the Saubari Muni cursed Garuda. Because of cursing, he fell down from the spiritual life, and he went into a more degrading, means he has lost lot of life, and he has got used all this tapasya to become young man. So in this way we'll find the daughters of Mandhata became very popular. And Mandhata's, as I mentioned, there are three important sons: Purukusa, Ambarisha, Mahayogi. So they also, the story also continues very nicely. The Mandhata's son Ambarisha has become very famous, and Ambarisha's son is Yavanashva, and his son is Harita. Ambarisha, Harita, and Yavanashva, they belong to the Mandhata Vamsha only. And the other son is Purukusa. The Purukusa was loved by, means actually he was given to the daughter of serpents, that is Narmada. and she married, and Narmada took the Purukutsa to Rasatala because she had to, there was a requirement, and Purukutsa went all the way, and by the power of Vishnu, he has killed the Gandharvas there. And in that way, Purukutsa has got a benediction that whoever remembers Purukutsa, whoever remembers the power of Purukutsa, they will be freed from the snake bite or the snake's fear. And this Purukutsa's son is Dasadashya, and his son is Anaranya, and his son is Haryashva. Like that, the son goes, the lineage goes finally to one important person, that is Trishanku. Trishanku name is known to all people. Trishanku was a actually great personality in the lineage of this Mandhata, but he was cursed. He was cursed by the Brahmanas, that is by the Purohita, and he has become Chandala, black person, very worst, ugly looking black person. But he took the shelter of Vishwamitra, and because of his power, he tried to go with this same body to the heavenly planet. But when he reached the heavenly planet, he was pushed out, thrown out. For simple means, why they did not accept into the heavenly planet? Because he was cursed by his guru. Because he was cursed by his guru, they said that those who are cursed by guru, those who are rejected by guru, there is no place even for them in the heavenly planets. Forget what to talk about the spiritual world. And they have thrown him out. They have thrown him out from the heavenly planet, and in such a way that topsy-turvy, the head down, he started falling down. Means he said that a person who is cursed by the spiritual master, the spiritual world, cannot, he should stay legs up and head down. When they are pushed down. And when he was falling down, Vishwamitra created another that's called Trishanku Swarga. He has created. And like that he started creating many more within that Trishanku Swarga, but finally Brahma and all they came that please don't do that. There cannot be two Indras, there cannot be many things, it cannot be possible. And at that time he requested all the Devi Devatas that let this Trishanku continue in this Trishanku Swarga, and also let him stay in this. They said, okay, no problem, but we want to see that he is always topsy-turvy. His legs up, head down, because he is an offender at Guru, so he has to live like this one. So this is a very, very strong message to all of us, that how we should be careful towards spiritual master. If somebody is rejected by spiritual master, if somebody is cursed by spiritual master, there is no place for them in even heavenly planet. Then what to talk about the spiritual world? And they will be topsy-turvy. Their head is down always and legs up. And we see that Srimad Bhagavatam, because of this Trishanku, and of course Trishanku's son is Harishchandra, and because of Harishchandra, the Vishwamitra and Vasishtha got a lot of fight that comes in Bhagavatam, and both took the form of a bird, and they both took the form of the birds, and they fought for several years. So we can understand from this that unless one is completely devoted to the spiritual world, and unless one is blessed by a Vaishnava spiritual master, no chance of coming out of the Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Vishwamitra is a great, but he could not come out of the anger, and Vasishtha also, under the influence of that, he has to continue the fighting as a tube in the form of bird. So the only people who can really stay peaceful are only Vaishnava. Those who are blessed by a Vaishnava Acharya, Vaishnava Guru, they can stay. So we see that Ambarish Maharaj story is glorified continuously. We see that, and we see the Bhagiratha, these are all great people. Bhagiratha's story we are going to hear because he also come from the Mandhata's great lineage. Hearing that how by the association or the serving of Krishna, the Satyavrata Muni has become Manu in the next life, and here he heard Bhagavad Gita and become very strong and powerful, and all his sons become powerful, and lineage was so powerful. So in this way we have come to a happy concluding of the fourth story today, and very inspiring for all of us, so that we get rededicated to Ekadashi Vrata, and Krishna, if we are pleased, Krishna gives us unlimited opulences and he gives unlimited protection. So he has given unlimited opulences and also given unlimited protection. So rededicate ourselves to Krishna's devotion and stay happy and stay blissful and stay prosperous. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam Gandharaj ki, Ambarish Maharaj ki, Ekadashi Mahavrat ki, Gaur Premanandi, Matsya Murti ki. Thank you very much.